Mutants is a 2 to 4 player personal deck building game where players are trying to be on top of the power track at the end of each round. After 5 rounds, the player with the most victory points wins. Let's jump into setup. Place the arena board in the center of the table and the round marker on round 1. Each player will start at 0 points. Then each player in player order will place their power token on the tracker so that the last player has the most power. Now we have to set up each player's hand, deck, and mark it. You will get 12 cards as a starting deck. In your hand, you will receive 6 of each type of mutants, and the other 6 will be shuffled to form your deck. Place it here on your player board. Now to form the gene pool. This is like your personal market where you will be able to gain more mutants in your army. There are 4 to choose from. When chosen, take all the cards with that icon, shuffle them, and make 3 even decks above your player board and reveal the top cards. Finally, give each player a summary card if they need it, which has turn order and icon explanation on them. You're now ready to fight for power. On your turn, you will first play a mutant from your hand to the active center area. If there is a mutant there, move it to the left or right. If all 3 spots are already taken, you must move one of them to the discard pile, but when you do this, you must also activate the card's leaving ability, which is next to this icon here. But since it's the start of the game, you will have room to play a card. Now we move on to taking actions. Here you can play a mutant into an empty center spot of your player board. When a card comes into play, you will do the ability written next to this icon, which is a come into play effect. These abilities include gaining power on the track, attacking other mutants, defending from attacks, or even having ongoing abilities. If you don't want to play a card from your hand, you can take the breed action, which allows you to play a card from one of the 3 top cards here. To do so, you must discard 2 cards, and on those cards there must be gene icons matching the mutant you want to breed. Play that mutant and make sure to do the come into play ability and reveal the top card of the deck. Another action you might want to do instead of playing a card or breeding is incubation. Discard a card to take the top mutant here and place it in your incubating area. You can only have 1 card here. At the end of the round, the mutant will be placed on top of your deck, which means you will draw it next round. Once you do one of those 3 actions, your turn ends. When you play an attack mutant, choose another player. That player will knock out one of their mutants, making them not activate their leave ability or ends continuous ones. Basically, you're trying to be at the top of the power track and gain more power while being there, as this will bring the other players down in power. The rules are simple, but only your strategy and tactics will make you win. Once all players run out of cards in their hand, the round ends and we calculate points. The player on top will gain the number in red, and the player at the bottom gets 0 points. All other players get points equal to the number in the black box. Move the round marker to the next round. All incubator cards go on top of their decks, and each player draws new cards for a new round. If you can't draw enough cards, choose a card in your discard pile and place it face down in your freeze zone. Try to put mutants here with high victory points value, because these will be added to your final score at the end of the game. Shuffle the rest of those cards and form a new deck. Play 5 rounds and then score, adding your freeze cards to your total, and the player with the most wins. Mutants is an excellent deck building game, super easy to learn but hard to master. I already can't wait for expansions to this one. Comes with variant play modes like drafting and constructed, which allows you to create your own market using the extra cards provided. The artwork is very nice, and again, Lucky Duck Games created another deck building hit. If you like the genre, check out Mutants on Kickstarter, and if you want to breed it, back it.